This is Dolany TV. Why am I laughing? This is breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The Edmonton Oilers, as per reports out of Germany, have signed Dominik Kahun. And there we go. You have just found your new winger for Leon Draisaitl, ladies and gentlemen. Dominik Kahun, formerly of the Sabres, the Penguins, and the Blackhawks, now joins his old buddy Leon Draisaitl. They've done crazy amounts of things over in Germany and now back together at the NHL level here in Edmonton. Ladies and gentlemen, this one exciting. Let me tell you, this is huge news. It's just barely reports out of Germany at this point. We're waiting to get some confirmation, but Dominik Kahun is officially a member of the Edmonton Oilers as per the German reports. It is from let me see if I can get this for you. Name out there. See if I can find it. It is from EisHockey News, which is obviously the German ice hockey reporter. So let me see if I can find it here. National player moves from Buffalo to the Oilers and receives a one-year contract. This breaking as per EisHockey News, but also breaking per Dominik Kahun's agent, basically breaking the news on this one of the Kahun signing. So let me get this for you. I've already got people I've messaged saying it's fake news, but it is, as far as I am concerned, this is legit as legit will get when it comes to a late off-season signing. And let me see if I can find this here for you. Kahun signing. Bing, bang, boom. My friends, get ready for it. Dominik Kahun, translated tweet right there from EisHockey News out of Germany. National player Dominik Kahun moves from the Buffalo Sabres to the Edmonton Oilers and receives a one-year deal. Dominik Kahun, now a member of the Edmonton Oilers. Let me see if I've got any stats here in the old data bank for Dominik Kahun, and yes, I do. Look at that. It's like we might have done a video that's probably getting a lot of views right now about Dominik Kahun only yet a week ago, but here we are, Edmonton Oilers fans, talking about another signing in the offseason. We're waiting on contract term, and while I do that, we'll steady on as the steady course goes. So he broke into the NHL way back in 1819 with the Chicago Blackhawks. Yes, he did. What you're missing on this page is him tearing up minor hockey in Germany with Leon Draisaitl. There are 200-point years on his register before 14-15 with the German team that Leon Draisaitl was also playing with. So let's get to it. Chicago, 37 points in 82 games. His rookie campaign, that is a heck of a campaign right there. Not going to complain. But let me tell you, Pittsburgh as well, 27 points in 50 games played this past season, and then 4 points in 6 games with the Buffalo Sabres, 31 points total in 31 games. The guy isn't much of a goal scorer, but that isn't much of a concern for Edmonton Oilers fans when you suddenly talk about a guy who put up just enormous numbers with Leon Draisaitl back in minor hockey, and now you've got Leon Draisaitl, who is a bona fide superstar at the NHL level, an MVP at the NHL level, and then Dominik Kahun, a guy who has gone on to have an okay NHL career so far, but probably very much so. Looking forward to lighting it up with Leon Draisaitl like he did back in his U16 days with Mannheimer. And in 30 games played. Okay, these are astronomical numbers. And like I said, not a goal scorer, but 30 games played, 69 goals, 137 assists, 206 points, and then 31 points in 5 playoff games for Leon Draisaitl's buddy, Dominik Kahun. So the question there for a long while was, why is Leon Draisaitl's buddy not signed? Well, ladies and gentlemen, Dominik Kahun is now with the Edmonton Oilers. Report in Germany that former... So right now it's all a report, and that's all we have, but it is what it is at this point. So, yeah, that's exciting. So let's go through those stats a little bit one more time, just kind of break things down here. A guy that, well, comes in with a total of 68 points in 138 games at the NHL level. You break that down, 68 points, divided by 138 games. That's about a 40-point season back-to-back years. And that, my friends, will do you at 82 games just fine, even if he is riding shotgun with Leon Draisaitl. But talk about it. We have found a guy, basically the Leon Draisaitl to Connor McDavid over the past few years. We have now found the Leon Draisaitl of Connor McDavid for Leon Draisaitl. Okay, this is the beauty part here. You have now, in essence, if you are Dave Tippett and Ken Holland, you have solved the issue that has plagued the Oilers for so long, is what do you do with Nugent Hopkins? How do you give McDavid a legitimate winger and still have Draisaitl on a second line supporting scoring? Well, my friends, meet the Oilers' new top six, right wing dependent, what you're doing with Jesse Puljujarvi. Nuge, McDavid, Kassian, then you've got Kahun, Draisaitl, Yamamoto. Whew, my goodness, what an off-season job by Ken Holland. And what comes down the pipe next, I guess, is the biggest question for the Edmonton Oilers, because when it comes to signing Dominik Kahun, there's going to be some questions as to how do you sign Ethan Bear? How do you figure out the forwards? Now you're way too many forwards over the cap. Well, it's looking day by day like Gaetan Haas might, with this slow start in Switzerland, end up staying there all year, right? Because maybe that allows Ryan McLeod to push into the lineup. Okay, fair. That solves one problem, but you're still adding a player. What do you do with Patrick Russell? Well, that's probably where you find a hole for Dominik Kahun. And the Oilers may have possibly all three guys on COVID loans in Europe. Haas, Nygaard, and Russell, looking like it right now, might not return from Europe, depending on how they want to build the roster going into the season, whether it be January 1st, February 1st, March 1st, next November, whatever it may be. This is getting very interesting as it stands, and I will premise this. This is all according to one or two reports out of Germany that I have really no way of validating, because I'm not sure how the hockey landscape works in Germany. But when this stuff breaks and Oilers Nation is on it and everybody seems to be all about the Dominik Kahun news to the Oilers, yeah, it seems very likely that this is what we are about to get on the train for. And Dominik Kahun, well, not bad at all, right? As it solves that need for the Oilers and that want when it comes to getting the job done. So this is very, very simple. And a guy, you know what, honestly, a guy who is very well loved by every team that he's been on. Like, per every comment I got on that Dominik Kahun video earlier last week, is everybody loves Dominik Kahun. Like, he is a guy everybody cheers for. German hockey's cheering for him because he's another one of those generational talents going over to the NHL. And I mean, for German hockey, generational talent, 40 points per game or 40 points per season, that's monster numbers for the German hockey program. We're not talking Leon Draisaitl 2.0, or maybe we are once he reunites with Leon Draisaitl at the NHL level. And that is perhaps the most exciting part about this, is you now have legitimized a line featuring Draisaitl and Yamamoto without Nugent Hopkins, and you have a guy that very easily is the Leon Draisaitl to Connor McDavid of the past several seasons. And that is golden for Leon Draisaitl's line, and really solidifies the Oilers' offensive depth and obviously line depth all around. So not only has Ken Holland gone out and given the Oilers a legitimate third line by rehashing things with Jesse Puljujarvi, bringing him back into the fold, getting a third line right-hand shot centerman, re-signing Tyler Ennis, or allowing James Neal top 9 minutes, and in essence renovating the second line by allowing for Draisaitl to have his buddy Kahun play with him, keep Kyler Yamamoto there, and have a line that's going to dominate based on paper and numbers that we've had before. And then secondary to that, you move Nugent Hopkins up to the top line, where Nugent Hopkins, the number one pick, should realistically be playing in his career now as a legitimate left wing top line player alongside Connor McDavid. And suddenly, yeah, whether you go with Puljujarvi on the third line or if you go with Puljujarvi on the first line, doesn't matter anymore. Kassian up there is exactly a good player still with Connor McDavid and Ryan Nugent Hopkins, simply because as long as he's engaged, you've got a guy who will drive the net, find the play, and put pucks home, and probably have a 50-point year. Guys, this is legitimately the most dangerous the Edmonton Oilers offense might be at any point in the past 5 years. Quite honestly, right? As you look at it, the way everything's evolved, you've got 2 MVPs, 2 Art Ross Trophy winners. You've got a point per game almost Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. This is awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we're still awaiting the full details on Dominik Kahun's signing with the Edmonton Oilers, and we will await to see what happens. But for right now, it appears as Dominik Kahun has signed with the Edmonton Oilers. We'll update it with a contract and all that. That'll probably be an 8-minute video or whatsoever. But, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tyson. This is Stallini TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will catch you in the official update coming soon.